Well, I have the honour of working here in the kids ministry, seeing over 400 kids a weekend come through this building to learn about Jesus Christ. And I've been doing it for a while now. I started out as a volunteer and now I'm here on staff. And it's just an honour and a privilege to be put in this position to lead that next generation. For me, I grew up here as a kid in this church, in this building, in this room. And I know how vital it was for my faith journey. And to be the one now in the position to lead those kids in their journey, that makes it so worth it, because I know how important it was to me. So if I can give back to what I received in this room, then that's fantastic, and I love doing it. We get kids who've been here for ages and kids who are new every weekend. And for some of these kids, they're hearing stories like Noah's Ark and Daniel in the Lion's Den for the first time, and we are the ones who get to tell them those stories. And for that's amazing to me. And to sit back and see all these kids in the program knowing that they're the ones who are going to be leading the next generation, it's just a beautiful flow-on effect. I know people who are now at other churches leading other kids in ministries who started out here. Some of them are leading churches now. Some of them are teachers, some of them are lawyers. I know lots of people who I did ministry with here as a kid who are now out there doing their thing. And their faith journey all started here.
I started going to Riverview when I was about 10 years old, and myself and my brothers attended the children's ministry every weekend, and we couldn't wait to go. Mainly because it was fun. They made it super fun, engaging, and kept seeing the same people, so made lots of friendships while I was there. I remember Room 1, which is still Room 1, and going there every weekend. But also, I think we had a program in Year 6 where it was just the Year 6s, and it was really cool because it was only the age group that had to go. Got to go and had Milo and Bickies, which was a really big treat back then. But I remember that they made the Bible just really simple for me as a kid, and it's a huge thing as a child, how to apply those principles, and that there was this relationship with Jesus that I could have is mind-blowing. Being a mum, I value my children's relationship with God. It's the number one thing, and it's so important for my children to grow up in an environment where they had the space to discover God and have a relationship with Him on their own. Knowing that they would be around people who believe the same thing and could instill those values within them is really important. My youngest son is still in kids ministry, and every weekend we still walk down that same corridor. I see the ripped carpets that I used to see, but it's nice to know they're going into a place where they will still receive something from God.
What we've done over the last 20 years in the kids ministry has been amazing, but I feel we can do a lot better. One of the areas at the moment that we would love to expand on is our special needs. We currently manage our special needs kids. We have a variety of them, ranging from ADHD, autism, deaf, eyesight problems. And currently we take them into our program, but we just manage them there. We can't cater too much for them, only because we don't have the space, we don't have the facilities. If we had their own space, we could give them their own program, their own specific team. We could have toys for them, just a place for them to escape if our program's maybe too busy, too loud, too bright for them. Currently, we don't have the space to do that. And so for that's one area that we can really improve on. The problem with our current facility is that we're at capacity. We have tried to go upstairs, but it's not up to code. We can't use those areas. The only other option we have is to use a storeroom. We have a storeroom where we put the toys. We're thinking of converting that into a space where we can put our special needs program. If we had a new facility, we could make space for them. Our rooms aren't up to scratch. This is the same room that I grew up in. We've got carpet that's fallen apart. We've got wires that are hanging out, windows that are sticky taped together so they don't stop shattering. It's not good enough. And as the team leader of this area, it breaks my heart, and it doesn't make me proud either. I'm proud of the volunteers, I'm proud of what we do, but in terms of the facility that we have, it's not good enough, and we can do so much better.
Yeah, the existing building at Riverview is getting on towards more than 40 years old. So it's really been superseded in terms of standards. A lot of the systems in the building are obsolete. They've reached the end of their life cycle. The first floor at the moment is really designed as office space. It's not designed for meeting spaces or larger groups of people to gather. And in that, there are structural issues that need to be addressed to accommodate larger volumes of gatherings of people on that level, as well as the quality of air and so on in that space. So there needs to be a considerable renovation of that space to make it firstly comply for public assembly type functions. The other aspect of that part of the building is that being two-storey and only be connected by stairs, it's not accessible for everybody. And so by completing this next stage, it'll be a fully accessible facility right across Riverview.
The only thing that's holding us back is our facility and our physical space. But this is the same room that I was in 20 years ago, and not much has changed. And it's not good enough. There's so much more we can do. We have the capability, we just need the facility. The bottom line is we need to extend our home so that we can widen our welcome. Storeroom, clearing that out and using that as a space?
Anything. Any room.
That desperate.
Any room would be fantastic for him.
Yeah.
So, and it would just help the other children as well. Be able to focus more in case he actually has a meltdown, and it actually helps the other children with special needs as well. So it's brilliant. So it's
Right,
good.
well, let's hope we get this.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Tana, do you want to give the guys a high five? High five? Yeah.
Me too, I don't want to miss that. All right, shall we go into the break?
All right, we're done. Let's go.